Now let's go to our segment on Immigration Update on the air with Attorney Jack Golan. First and foremost, let's discuss about the DAPA program, Attorney Golan. For those who are listening and for those students who have applied and would like to have an update, so what happens now to those people who have submitted their applications and for those people who did not?
Well, let's make it clear, we are talking about the DACA program, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals.
Yes.
Which means for people who arrived in the United States at a young age and acquired some kind of education, at least high school or equivalent education in the United States. Those people under the old DACA program are able to apply for an employment permit and permission to stay in the United States for 2 years and an extension for another 2 years, which means for a total of 4 years. One of the requirements is that they did not age out, that they did not become over age 21 when this program started about age 31, excuse me. That they were under 31 when this program started about 3 years ago. So this program still exists, and people who already obtained the first grant of a DACA card may apply for an extension for another 2 years, and people who never applied but they meet the qualifications are also able to apply and get the 2-year DACA card and employment permit card for at least 2 years and maybe for another extension for a total of 4 years. One of the interesting things about this card, the DACA card, is that it also permits people who are holding this card to get a parole visa, an advanced parole visa, to travel in and out of the United States, which sometimes is useful to cure some problems. For example, if those kids, young people, arrived in the U.S. without a legal visa, like they just entered across the border, or maybe they came with a visa but lost the passport and have no proof of entry, if they take such a trip and they leave the country and come back with this advanced parole visa, it cures the defect of not having a legal entry, and they may then apply for a green card, maybe based on a marriage to an American citizen.
Attorney Golan, so would you know how many people have received sort of like this permit to remain in the country under this program?
Probably around 600,000.
Wow, I didn't realize that. That's a big number. That's very good.
It's a big number. On the other hand, it is sort of disappointing because the government initially expected that the number will be about 1,200,000. That there will be a much bigger number of young people who came here at a very young age. What became apparent is that only about half of them, and now maybe a little more than half, applied for this benefit.
So what happens, Attorney Golan? Why such a big difference between what they had estimated and with the real number?
I think the difference may have to do, the disappointment may have to do that they did not appreciate the conditions of those young people, especially the condition of young boys who entered from Mexico, from other countries in Latin America, because many of them did not attend high school or did not finish high school, but went to work even at a young age, and they could not qualify with the educational requirements that were imposed on this program.
Right.
therefore, many, especially young men, who could not apply for this program. This is my opinion.
Yes.
There is no scientific analysis, but based on what I have seen from people who came to ask me questions, that this was one of the main problems.
And so, Attorney Golan, for those who have their applications approved, they are working now, they have the temporary permit, and will this lead them to any type of citizenship or residency?
No, it doesn't lead to residency, but it enables some of them to make some other kinds of applications. Because if they are able to get employment based on a permit, then they have better employment and they are able to apply for employment-based visas, or maybe they are able to attend better schools and improve their education with a university degree, or maybe their life is simply better. Having legal standing, their life is better.
Yes, but is there a particular date of expiration to the permit they have right now under the program?
Each permit is good for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And by the end of 2 years, it's advisable to apply for an extension of another 2 years. There is no deadline for making the initial application. The initial application can be made now or next year or at any time.
Oh, wonderful. So for those listening and hesitated in the beginning, they still have the chance, and you would advise that, yes, and you advise that they better do so, because at least they start on something like legalizing their status, correct?
Right, and here again, there's an issue of politics.
Yes.
Because we don't know whether this program will be extended after the election or not. So you better, if you are eligible to get this benefit now, take it now, because you don't know if it would be available after the elections.
That's a real good advice coming from Attorney Jack Golan, who we are interviewing today on Immigration Update on the Air. And you can call him for free consultation at 213-383-3222. We'll be back with more.